Hey guys, what's going on? So I was getting earlier and I wrote down, oh, by the way, it was straight up 1700 hours when I came on here, which is 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Um, this Witcher energy. You know, when he would drink that tonic, that tincture or whatever, his eyes would turn black and then he's like a badass fighter and he could fight all these, demonic things or evil things, things of the dark, of the darkness, that kind of energy. I just heard a keeper of the realms. Hold on. It's like you help humanity without humanity knowing what's lurking around in the dark, the things they can't see. There's Charlene used to listen to, oh, what was it? It's a book and then they made it into a show. But it was kind of this along those premises, right? Like you're one of the keeper of the realms. But why would you not know that? Then I'm hearing, or do you? So who am I talking to? Those 144 who haven't been awakened yet to their actual role. You've kind of always had this idea, but it just seems so outlandish, right? Compared to how our world is and what society tells us. It just is so outlandish and so out there, so fairy tale, so to speak. Mythological, fantasy. That's what I'm looking for. Fantasy. Yeah. It's like I'm getting. Okay, slow down. Hold on. Let me see this part first. The training. See, you guys. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to. Hold on. It's like we've talked about this before. Being a mere mortal, so to speak. Going through all these tests, trials, training, really, to. And you did all that as a mere mortal. Not even without, getting the juice, drinking that tincture or whatever, like the Witcher, and then you know what I mean. But I'm getting chills all over. Oh man, like an ice blanket. Your heart's been tested. It's been found pure. This is super important because for you to wield, to be the helper, the keeper of the realms, to be the helper of humanity against the dark, what they can't see lurking, but you can, because you're the Witcher. And then when I was going to the restroom, Witcher came up, but Yennefer came up before she came into her power, before she was made beautiful, before she gave up ever being able to have children, you know what I mean? All of that to be this witch thing she is or whatever, that's very powerful. Hurting people, and then her heart changed, right? Didn't it? I think that's how it went. I don't remember. I'm not remembering, but this is what's coming through. So I'm not trying to say verbatim the show. They're just giving me things to, to help you get a picture, right, in your head. So you get an understanding. If you never watched The Witcher, then you have no idea. and you know, now they're giving me all these other movies, and I don't know what the name of it is, but the son of Zeus, what was his friggin' name? Which he didn't know, or maybe he did, I don't know. But even though he didn't think his Zeus was ever around, Zeus was the old man, made himself the old man. Okay, so it's all of that. It's, you'll know who you are. Do you hear the honk, the beep? Keeper of the realms, the defender. You're a defender. Keeper of the realms is different than that. So if you're like the Witcher, but in a way it's a keeper of the realms. That's how they're showing me. It's like being a keeper of the realms. It's like helping this earth realm against the realms, the spirit realms, against the realms they don't see. Other than that, he had his day job. He, you know, fought beasts and shit like that, you know. He's the Witcher. But there's something about when he would drink that stuff and his eyes turn black and then he's fucking just badass. We go, yeah, when he fights those creatures and shit, you know, it's like that. Yeah. Thankful, grateful, blessed, you know. I need to write that up there. I'm going to do that now. I need to write it better, but there you go. Pause for peace, be still and chill. That's going to be our tour. That's going to be our tour. That's going to be our coming attractions. Hold on. There we go. Looks like a 2-year-old wrote it. Hold on. Yeah, that's bad. I'm having to lean over real far. Yeah. Tour. It's our coming attraction. So you guys are the keepers of the realms. It's a whole different, it's like being the only ones that can walk into, call it hell, call it the darkness or whatever, and not be affected by it. Yeah, because you were in a human, you've been in a human for a while. Yeah, you did humanistic things, right? Like they're showing me that movie Michael. He's like, I'm not that kind of angel. You know what I mean? You have a different calling, a different thing of being here. Maybe it's that whole, that doesn't make or break you. It's just bad for the human. But you know, you're not the human. You're this eternal being. So that movie with John Travolta and Michael, if you haven't seen that, because, well, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I tried watching it here not that long ago. You know, I know they're a little far fetched, but I mean, you get the point of it, you know. And it's that kind of shit's coming through now for me. Or for me to portray, you know, and say to you. I don't know, there's The Witcher, keep it, Yennefer, how they play an integral part, how these two came together and they play an integral part with that one girl who's really a different, you know what I mean? She's, what's her name? Not Sybil, but Cindril or something like that. Cindrilla or Cindril or, anyway, but to look out after, I mean, it's giving that whole one energy, you know, it's this one savior, but all these other people, they play a part, you know, that two worlds colliding, a witch and a witcher, and they fall in love, you know. It's just, yeah, see, Couldn't help it, right? I'm sitting by them, and here we are. Now we got to pull, now we got to pull some fucking cards. It's whatever. We go with the flow. I'm a money magnet. I generate money. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly, Every day my body's changing. Every day I'm getting better and better. Why? Why, you say? Who am I speaking for? You do realize a lot of times I say I and shit like that because I'm receiving an energy as if it's you, right? Or that's how they, I don't know. Sound like that. That's creepy. I don't do it on purpose. I don't. They just tell me what to say. You know what I mean? And I say it. So I've been just pulling up these. All right, they said keep going. These picture cards, What do they mean? Are they painting a picture for you? Is it? I mean, how's it relating? I'm curious what you're trapped in fear about. What, not being able to move forward or what? That you're a little weary, but what? Get the fuck out of here. You get the whole world. Pause for peace, be still and chill tour. In your hands, you got the whole, because you know what? There's people are like this. You are like this, but you got out of it. You've carried those fucking wands, bro. You've been there. Time and time again, I'm hearing, right? There's a strength and a stability. There's in your sacral chakra. I'm getting like even though it's not the foundation, but it's the part that you have to hold in to keep your lower spine. There's a strengthening. And then it's lit up. See, lit up. Bam, all these little candles. Look, just hop over that motherfucker. And you've been speaking what you want. You've been speaking the truth. What you want in life. Hear the sirens, bro? And creating it. Because you believe it. You spoke it into existence. You're the man. You're the girl. You are the magic. You've always been the magic and you know that. You've made little silly comments. But it's not like everyone's thinking, right? It's just what you are. What we all are. But yeah. Abundance. Yeah, it shows the treasure chest. But the abundance of the light shining through and being free, everything else comes from that. Because when you already have everything, within of the Father, just within, it's a different thing, right? Then the rest is just to pause for peace, be still and chill, tour. Diving deep. Coming up with solutions, because that's what you do. And communicating it goes along with that throat card. Finally being able to communicate what you want. You're walking right past that. This is just like, I'm walking straight towards this. What is growing, what I've planted. Fuck the normal thing. So what? The church is there. So what? You're walking by that. It's cold out, so you're covered up. You don't have to sit, You could say what the card normally means is like what? Poverty or being out in the cold. You know what I mean? But it's like, no. It's cold out, but we're walking straight into spring. Right out of winter into spring. And once those flowers begin to bloom, there you are. There you are. From there, right into that. Because you already worked hard on these a long time ago, maybe while you were in winter, right? That's why we're getting ready to walk into spring, and then boom, flowers. Here's your flowers. Oh God, and look what came out next. Yep, here's your fucking flowers. The 10 of Cups is because you're finally doing what you planted, what you worked so hard, what you sacrificed for. The 6, being able to help others and make people's lives, make people happy. Just have this cup with this little flower. You know what? From this flower, you can feed yourself for the rest of your life. Plant it one time. Making a fucking difference. For free. Here you go. And everybody's happy, the whole village. It's the smallest things, baby. We are called sow a seed, teach the children. That's what we're called. And we're all God's children. And when we come on here to speak to 1717, plant seeds. Whether you realize it or not, we always go back to the same thing. I'm hearing autonomy, but back to yourself. Once you get a grip that you can do whatever you fucking want, you can be whatever you want, that you do not have to live in the society that you see now. You can literally live in it, but just not see it the same, dude. That's... If you can do that, then you're one of the keepers of the realms, man, because and that's why you have the great power that you don't even know you wield yet. Heart being tested. What do these say, I wonder? And isn't it a full moon, and it's looking down and you're barking at it, and guess what? It's showering you. The sun and the moon, they come together and they shower you. Whether it's moonlight or sunlight, you are showered upon. I said by grace. The birds in the sky, the deliverers of the messages. Archangel Michael gave you that sword. King of the mountain. To set God's kingdom. Okay? Which the kingdom of heaven is within yourself. If you listen to what Yeshua said, but as far as being on this earthly plane, this earthly realm, what can you do to make it better? Father, what can I do for you? How would you like me to do this? What do I need to do? Show me. And then get prepared, because you might get fucking shown all kinds of shit about yourself. Better be ready for that. But you're like, I know, I've been through that. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the ones that have been forged through that fire. And it's funny I say that, because here's the Ace of Fire. The Ace of Fire. And you go down. Yeah, Emperor. Yeah, we need the Emperors. Where are they? Because the Empress is being prepared. You're being prepared for your parts to come together, the male and the female, the family unit. There's no separation. We're all family. We live together. We work together as a community. That's how you survive and thrive. You don't want to just survive. You want to thrive now, but you can, because you know what? The old system is falling. Thank God. Let it crumble. Fuck it. It'll change your life. Fucking change your life. How bad do you want it? Peace.